doing loose falls off the top rope.
Oh my
Consider
God.
I have implants.
Look at no Olympics. Why?
Why not?
I mean, I thought about it for a long while before I did it. I mean, I got a lot of uproar from the whole industry, but who are they to judge me?
Yeah, I mean, what are
I
they?
mean, they can all go to hell. They don't pay my bills.
No, you got a point.
And that's that.
Welcome everyone to a brand new episode of Off the Rails. Okay, I've been drunken with laughter and not literally drunk. I'm sorry. I just have to play this video because it's been cracking me up for like the past few days. And I know that the other night I couldn't sleep. So I just thought of this specific video and I could not stop laughing. Watch this. Okay, I'm going to stop laughing. But seriously, I'm saying to myself, what happens if that guy puts his leg up or his fucking ball's going to drop out on that poor kid's lap or something? Hey, Scott. Hey, Paul. Hey, SJ. Who else? Hey, Cappy Caveman. Paul, Kevin, Brandon. Yes, hi. I want to know if I'm sure everyone got their packages because they were sent earlier in the week. But welcome to Monday. It is extremely insane. I'm excited to get started with WrestleCon in a couple of weeks. It is on the 4th. By the way, I got some new baubles for my my studio. Do you guys like this? I love this My Pillow thing. It's got the little Mike Lindell signature. He signed it. Is that creepy or something? But anyway, it'll stay right there. Anyway, how is everyone on this Monday? And can you believe it? I actually remembered that it's Monday. Sometimes I always forget. Thank you very much. Yeah, I don't know if the that plaque was like yep, I sent it. It's John Wayne Bobbitt. I sent it. Check spam. Check spam. Check spam. Okay, there you go. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. So John Wayne Bobbitt is joining us today. I know that a lot of you know him, and I totally would not wish what happened to him upon anyone, because I think that's one of the worst things ever. I know that everyone is also wondering about a lot of other things that have been going on online, but, you know, we just don't discuss things because we're a little bit classier than that, you know, and you know, the truth's the truth. Eventually, though, the truth does come out, and the truth is one of those things where when it comes out, it comes out. So let me just resend the whole thing to John Wayne Bobbitt so he has the correct link, and my eyes will be back on the screen. This is like the worst part of it, because on the days that I have this specific podcast, I do not have my producer working on it. And just welcome everyone to the podcast who's brand new. There we go. John Wayne Bobbitt will be joining us shortly. I just resent it. Those of you getting the week started, welcome. And most of all, I'm excited for WrestleCon because it's going to be such a great lineup at our table. And I haven't done WrestleCon. God, last year it wasn't that wonderful. It was in LA and just the way the setup was. But this is going to be so much fun. And I get to see all my friends that I haven't seen all year. And by the way, I want to thank Damn Shirts for the really cool shirt they just sent me. Boo-boo. Isn't this cool? It's like the cherub and it has the hat. And yeah, about that Trumpy baby, my God, that's some scary shit with the he can't post bail. So I don't know where this leaves the case, but we will find out soon. We are here to have fun on a manic Monday, and I'm waiting for John Wayne Bobbitt to join us. I might have to call him and see where he is. And what else is going on? I guess that's it. I'm just really excited. I'm excited for the week. I'm excited for everything to be out there that will be out there very soon, because a lot of people are wondering about the specific incident. Paul, you already know because you saw the screenshots, but in due time, my friends. And make sure if you are, looking to have a kind of special gift for a special someone, make sure to go over to adamandeve.com. Use the promo code Crazy Train. That's crazy with a K. adamandeve.com. You'll get 50% off of most items with my code and about 10 free items with it. So definitely check it out. You get a bunch of free gifts. Oh my God, I didn't even see that there's anything in the comment section. Yes, it is my, hey Jamal, how are you? Yeah, I guess it is my 25-year anniversary in wrestling. So 25 years ago today, I debuted in ECW Pro Wrestling at Living Dangerously, where I got into a little cat fight with Francine. And I believe she too will be at WrestleCon this year. But yes, that is when I started 25 years ago. That's fucking amazing what happens 25 years later. And you're just back where you started. Hey, John Jay, how are you? Waiting for John Wayne Bobbitt now. We're here. Sometimes, like, I don't even get this whole thing with technology. Remember, I just was so not wanting to download StreamYard and use StreamYard. Sorry, I just, in the back of my mind, guys, and John, you know about this, I'm still having like flashbacks of that video with that drag queen with a rainbow haired wig lap dancing for a kid in a federally funded school, which is a problem. And I'm sorry. I know that everyone thinks I'm crazy for like being obsessed with that video, but I think it's hysterical. Anyway, let's take a little look at John Wayne Bobbitt's stuff when he was on my show. And I think he just about nailed it. When Lorena married him, I had a feeling it had something to do with the green card. So here's what his thoughts are on military balls and foreign women. And I agree with him.
I think that's why she chose to go to the Marine Corps ball, because that was a great opportunity for a foreign girl from another country to marry, and not only, because you got, marry a military guy, you get everything's taken care of, your medical, your housing, everything's taken care of. And women need to be taken care of, and find a man to provide protection, be a protector and provider,
Protect and provide from what? That's what I want to know. Oh, that's right. I forgot. We already have a lot of problems here in this country. And one thing I realized is when I saw the whole Lorena Bobbitt, the special that Jordan Peele did on her. I mean, I thought it was great. He did something on her, but there's so many other layers to the story than what you see out there. And I think the Me Too movement brought upon a whole level of toxic femininity where there are women taken advantage of it that are not necessarily victims, but they've now made the men into the victims. So I do have a whole thing of men that are, victims of the Me Too movement. But here, this is my thoughts on that. And a lot of men these days have become a victim to this whole Me Too movement. So some people, are real victims out there. But in this case, I feel like your situation is similar to that of Joey Ryan, who's a wrestler, Teddy Hart, who's a wrestler. And I always take the guy's side in these cases because there's another side to this. So yeah, there is a lot of toxic femininity out there with women that are just entitled with things like that. And there's also a lot of toxicity amongst like jealous women that go after other women, and just do things on purpose and, do disrespectful little things and so forth, and like threaten to have their fingers chopped off. And that, my friends, is not how you run a company, any type of company, whether it's a wrestling company, a porn company, or a phone company for that matter. So with that said, let me see. John Wayne is really bad with technology. When we did our interview via the Crazy Train podcast, I remember I had to wait for him to get to like a place where there was stable internet, which really sucks. So yeah, anti-bullying made the people complain about the abuse, the abusers tenfold. Yep, that's true. I don't know, but I just think that's a whole thing. And toxic femininity is when you look at people like Amber Heard, like those two are a couple of narcissists and jerk-offs, because you just don't go into court tying up a lawyer's time with, well, she wanted to see me again, and she this, she that. Well, he did this and he did that. No, guys, it's ridiculous. So let me see. This is John Wayne. Let me see what is going on. And by the way, I'm having my energy drink and getting high off the energy off of that off of that that video I showed you guys before. Hang on. And I'll play it again. Hopefully this is working. Okay, so he got the link. Everything's fine. I'm sorry. I've just been wildly laughing at that for some reason. I don't know why. I guess it's just one of those weird things. So if anyone has questions for John Wayne Bobbitt, I suggest that now would be the time to speak to him, and nothing crazy. Hey, William, how are you? William, who's William? Yeah. Okay. William, yes, that was a video of a, how would you describe that? That is an adult male sexually assaulting a minor female in a federally funded school. That is an example of drag queen story hour at our schools in America, or some schools. That I think was specifically in the middle of Oregon somewhere. So yeah, that is what that was. So John Wayne is joining us, and yeah, any questions you might have, because I think there's a whole other story behind this. I know what the story was behind John Wayne Bobbitt and what had happened. And I'd much rather he tell you guys a story, and maybe, one day someone's, won't get cut off or something by a psycho. Wait, what? There's nothing to wait what for, dude. It's just, you just saw the video. There's nothing here. If you can't tell that's a man with the rainbow hair, then maybe there's something wrong with my eyesight. I don't know. Yeah, that's our public school system. Yes, that was in a school, William. That was in a public school in the USA. And those kids were grades, I don't know, they're 10 years old, 9 years old. Why? Because people think it's, William, where are you from that you're asking us these questions? Because this is a known fact. This is what's going on right now in this country, because they claim it doesn't teach kids hate. Okay, yeah, you're not teaching them hate, but what you're doing is you're confusing them, because kids don't need, William, I highly doubt you'd be putting on a rainbow wig. Yeah, well, that's right, because in Mississippi, you don't have that. That was in Oregon, I believe. And you don't have grown men in rainbow wigs dancing up on young kids at schools, because you probably shoot their dicks off if they had one. Shit, is that a bad joke because we have John Wayne on here? Yeah. So that is what's going on, my friend. And, as far as I know, I don't think it's appropriate, because I've had, exactly, that wouldn't happen there. But this is happening in other places, in other countries. Is John Wayne having a problem with this? Because I get, I might be a little bit retarded with the, yeah, there are warning signs. So Tim, you're asking me about John Wayne Bobbitt. So some of you that missed it before, they had a lot of fights. It was very toxic, because they were in their 20s. Like, at that age, you don't get married. I don't, that young. And, he's out there doing his thing, flinging his dick and shit like that. And they're married. And, they're just being young people, right? But William, it's real. Trust me. You could look these things up. Drag Queen Story Hour. Yeah, it's a whole thing. But yeah, John Wayne, they had fights and stuff. He wanted to leave. But when you're less than a year shy of your green card, here he is. I'll just have him tell you guys. Let us welcome to the show John Wayne Bobbitt, who's my guest. Let's keep it real, keep it nice. And yeah, no, it is real, William, because I've actually gone with Gays Against Rumors to shut down Drag Queen Story Hours here. So if you go Googling Drag Queen Story Hours online, you'll see the shit's real. That's not fake. And that was called the Trailblazers team. That's in Oregon somewhere. Let's welcome to the show the man, the myth, well, not really a myth, the legend, the My Pillow guy, and here he is. Yay! Woo! No. Let's welcome to the show the man, the myth, and he's getting his camera fixed. John Wayne Bobbitt.
Hey,
Hi. How are
hey.
you?
Oh, good. I
Where are
was trying to,
you?
I was trying to put you on my new tablet that I got, but I couldn't get it. I couldn't get it up. That's what she said.
Oh my God, a friend of
Good
mine a
friend.
few weeks ago told me she went on a date with you and she actually had sex with you, Dominique Simone.
Oh yeah, Dominique.
Yeah, she's gorgeous. And by the
Yep.
way, guys, the guys that were listening that night, I mean, she had some very nice things to say about you. All the guys say hi, and I'm glad. You look great. You look tan. Are you in Florida right now?
Oh yeah, yep. In Florida. I don't know if I can turn this around, but
Oh, what's that?
well, it's kind of like a man cave, with the sharks, you know,
Oh,
swimming pool, lanai,
oh,
just back here on the patio. We kind of hang out back here, little fire pit, you know, sit around, talk about the
it's
day, guy stuff.
what guy stuff though do you talk about? How crazy women are?
Yeah, that too. All the horror stories that you know been gone through about losing everything and to start over, then finding another woman, then going through the same thing and to start over again. But yeah, it's just then they're talking about shoot, maybe I'll go to Taiwan or Vietnam or somewhere overseas. I don't know what it is about these American women, man. There's a lot of talk about the American women being just not brought up right, you know,
Well,
bad upbringing.
it's the generation now, they've demasculinized the American male, and the Western women as we know it is no longer a thing. Western men are afraid of Western women, I think, because we're not me, but this generation, the fourth wave feminism um, convinces women to be men and that they don't need men. So let me ask you girls this. When there's some crazy psycho at your door and you do not know how to shoot a gun, who comes to help you? Toxic masculinity, So this is where we're at in this
Type of-
whole world right now with it, unfortunately. And you're right, overseas. But
Well,
hold
I think that women are kind of right in a way because men have to learn how to, desensitize themselves, go to sensitivity training so they can adjust to women and children and their emotional level. Because I'm a strong guy, so I mean, I feel no pain, no mental or physical pain. But I was a Marine, so I got to realize that hey, other people have sensitive feelings and emotions. Because when I was with Lorena, I didn't tune into her, you know, her sensitive feelings and emotions. And I thought maybe we should just end it now, get divorced. And I didn't realize when I said that kind of really hurt her, you know. And uh, I thought it was just big deal, you know. But the abandonment is a big thing, for women and children. Very painful. Not only that, but neglect, rejection, and um, what's the other one? Infidelity. Yeah, those are really painful stuff. So, I mean, I wasn't having an affair, but she thought it was. Yeah, I mean,
on. You were young though. I mean, what were you like? You were so young. And I think like it doesn't make a difference about the sensitivity. It does make a difference, excuse me, with sensitivity with people. Fine. Okay. But I feel as though you sign up for something with someone, you don't know where it's going to go. Everyone has the right to leave everyone. I'm sorry. And everyone has the right to divorce someone if you're not happy, because that's what that was invented for, people.
yeah,
Um, right. So if you want to leave, you can talk about it like the mature adults that you're not. But no one's got to get their shit cut off, because that's like violent. That's almost as bad as, hey, if I can't have you, nobody can have you. So you must have been doing something right with her. You know,
Well,
Dominique said great things about you, by the way. So I don't know.
she had a lot of orgasms, But the thing is that she complained that night that when they asked her why she did it, she said that I had an orgasm and she didn't. It wasn't fair, so she, cut my penis off. That's what she said. That was her first initial statement. But then after that, it became a false script and a cover up. But the fact that she did it because I was leaving her and she thought I was having an affair. She tried to isolate me from my family and friends like a narcissist, and she wanted me all to herself. So just what we call being overly possessive, and the main reason why she was upset because I had a job working, just got a brand new job working as a bouncer across the street, and she didn't want me to. She didn't want her married man to be in that environment. So that was the big thing. And then when I got the job, it was like 2 months before actually, it was 2 months before the attack. So she was giving me the silent treatment the whole time. They wouldn't talk to me. So it's like, well, she's punishing me for working at a place she didn't want me to work. But that's narcissistic abuse. You know what I mean? I'm telling her, hey, Jasmine, just need to make some extra money so we can get get out of this 1-bedroom apartment. I was working 3 jobs, working at a warehouse, unloading trucks, and doing landscaping. And at the weekends, and the nights, I was bouncing at the nightclub. And unfortunately, the grand opening was the night of our honeymoon, our anniversary, our 4th year anniversary. So uh, that night, there were girls flirting with me. The grand opening. I mean, first night. You go figure. She was probably there, wearing, incognito, and probably saw it. Girls kissing me, putting their numbers in my back pocket. And she was from South America. She asked me to marry her so she can stay in the United States. So, false script, false script, false script. It's been a false narrative. So I just want people to know that I was in a situation where I was in her territory with her boss in Virginia. If it was in another court like in New York, the truth would have gotten out, not covered up. But I have to still get the whole thing out in the open, all the details and facts. Exercise. What's the word? Uh,
Caution.
Factitious. Factitious.
Facetious. Facetious.
Fastidious. Sorry, I've been drinking and smoking weed with my sister-in-law.
Hi.
My sister-in-law is coming out.
Hi. Oh, hi.
Yeah.
So, actually, so a friend of mine on here, Paul, he wants to know what your memories were like working with the WWE with Val Venus in 1998.
Oh, Val Venus. Yeah.
What were your memories of that? Did you like it? Did you have fun?
Well, they called me and asked me to do an appearance, and one of Hulk Hogan's friends, called him up and said, "Yeah, I'm coming to Vegas. Yeah, pick me up." So we picked him up at the private airport, and then we went out. We went out to dinner, and then we went to Club Paradise, really fancy strip joint. So, picked up some girls, went back to the hotel suite, partied. Said, "Yeah, want you to come on the WWD, do like a little skit." So that's how it all started. And then I went on there, did like a little appearance, little funny skit.
Yeah.
I got a cigar. Yeah. I got to cut the cigar.
Don't cut anything else off though, please. So yeah, that's I mean, I think like a friend of mine just popped on here, Welsh Republic podcast, and he was the one that messaged me the other day saying that it's a shame that it's like Western men have now lost hope with women in the Western Hemisphere. Now you're talking about girls from Vietnam coming here. Let me tell you something. A few years ago, a friend of mine is a white Jewish guy, married, or he brought a girl over here from Thailand or somewhere. Let me tell you, like after a year of being with him, she was being a mouthy little bitch because she hung out with her Western friends. And next thing you know, it's, you know, all
Well,
bets are off. Like she humiliated him in the street because her bitchy, like it's the same thing with Lorena with her friends in at the nail salon telling her what to do. It's like bitches brew, right? And then this is what happens.
we're talking about narcissistic women. Like you, as a decent woman with a good soul, don't want to mix with women that have bad behavior and bad, no empathy, no compassion, no love, no respect. You don't want to be hanging around. The same thing as men too. You want to distance yourself and take yourself out of that environment, or like a relationship. You want to go gray rock and say, no, I'm going to go over here with these people because they're intelligent and they have more morals and values and stuff. So
we hope so. Cappy Caveman wants to know if you boxed China once before at WWE. Did you do celebrity boxing with her?
no, that's false disinformation. I would say that's democratic controlled speech. Oh, disinformation. No, I was supposed to fight Buttafuoco, and she was my alternate. So I couldn't fight, so she stood in for me.
She kicked Buttafuoco's ass?
No, he tossed her around like a rag doll in the ring.
Well, you're pretty tall, and I know you're a bigger guy. I met you once in Vegas when I had a show at the Sahara during Comdex. So I know you're a big guy, right? So here's the thing most people are wondering, and I never believed it when I heard it, that you were beating Lorena. Like, if you beat her, dude, she would have been freaking dead. Like, I don't know, unless she's got some kind of crazy muscles we don't know about.
No, she used to beat on me, and I used to leave her. I mean, I wouldn't hit her. I wouldn't hit somebody, because I'm a Marine and that can cause a lot of damage. I did that to my brother one time. I broke up a fight and then I threw him through a window and he got severely injured. That's my brother. He's a big guy, so we're all big guys. But the thing is, she was very violent. Lorena was violent, and she beat on me, and it's like being attacked by a mosquito. So, I mean, she's small. I mean, she hit me. I was like, okay, that's not nice. Women beating on you. In the old days, it was like a frying pan or a rolling pin. The 50s and 60s. But women get mad. What are they gonna do? Release some anger, right? So I left her twice because of the violence and the theft. Because she stole embezzled money from her boss, and that was terrible.
Wait, what? Whoa. Backtrack. This is like the first, I know we talked about other things, but you didn't tell me about the embezzlement. What's that about?
Yeah, she was, like if you went in the nail salon to get your nails done and you paid cash, she put it in her pocket and then erased the appointment because it was done in pencil. So and Janet, her boss, she's a strict businesswoman, beautiful, blonde, owned probably 5 different salons in the area in Virginia, Crystal City, Alexandria, Fairfax. So she looked at the appointment and said, something wrong here. And she talked to a customer and said, yeah, it was there yesterday. Yeah, you were. Oh, yeah. Or something like that. She figured it out. That her and other women were doing it, embezzling money. And why would Lorena get involved with the lady that owned all these salons where we were best friends with? I mean, we spent almost every day with this lady at her house, on the road, and dinners. Huh?
Were they fucking?
No, I think she was attracted to me, her boss. But I'm the bad guy because I'm leaving her, twice, and then once for over a year because of the embezzlement, and once because he was abusive to me and my family. She's very abusive. So, I mean, that's the reality. The whole thing back then, it was they blame shifted everything. That I did all the bad stuff when she was actually the one that did all the bad stuff, and that's why I left twice. Once for a couple 2 weeks to stay with my brother because she kicked my brother out of the house in the middle of the night because my brother said something smart to her or something. something she didn't like. She said, he said that you were kind of crabby all day, and she didn't like that, so she threw him out. We just got home from a trip to amusement park, and they're supposed to leave in the morning. They're supposed to spend the night and leave in the morning, but he left in the middle of the night to drive 200 miles back home, to Delaware from Virginia. So, and that's how I came out of the bathroom and said, "Where's Buddy and his wife? My brother and his wife." I said they had to leave. I said, "What?" I packed a bag and left. So I went to my brother's house. I said, "What the heck?" I don't know. That was bad, and the embezzlement was bad. So I left her twice, was for over a year, and then she begged my mother for me to come back. She wanted me to come back. So I didn't go back to her because I wanted to. She begged me to come back, and my mother talked me into it to go back to her because we were still married and we were Christians and she was Catholic. So we got back together for 9 months, but it was the nightclub that triggered everything. She went back to being like a narcissist, But I think all the narcissism came from all the ladies that were her clients at the salon, because these ladies were married to, politicians, the lawyers, and I mean, and those people are really narcissistic. I mean, you can't reach a high level of success without being some type of narcissist. I've been studying narcissism for a little while now, and I got 14 different types of narcissists.
Oh God.
Yeah, 14 different types.
Oh, is that her?
And it got tactics. Other
that
tactics. Yeah, this is Jasmine St.
Oh,
Hi, how are you?
good. How you doing, sweetheart? That's a beautiful woman. I remember her.
Oh, thank you.
He's my drinking buddy.
No, this is my brother from another mother, sweetheart.
Yeah.
That's great. He's a good person to have as a brother from another mother. Oh, look at this. Isn't this cute? Do you guys get pillows from My Pillow? I love Mike Lindell. It's the My Pillow guy.
Oh, Mike Lindell's the best, sweetheart.
Yeah.
He's the best. I don't have that, but I do have his pillows.
Yeah,
Honestly,
his pillows are good.
Yeah. But anyway, damn, you're beautiful still.
Thank you.
Love seeing you.
We're going on a date.
Oh, yes. Yes.
John, she'll hurt you. She'll hurt you.
What?
I don't have a knife. I'm good. I don't have a knife, and I'm not.
There you go, sweetheart. Hey, see, what we're trying to do down here is I'm trying to do my own podcast with John, just for John only.
Yeah.
All the stuff, we're trying to figure out how to do it. So you know what you should do with him? Connect with us on the podcast.
Yeah.
And then try to see. Now I got him with Damon, Damon Feldman that does all that celebrity boxing.
Yeah, we were just talking about that. Yeah, I know who Damon is. I don't know him, but yeah, I know who he is.
I hooked him up with Damon and, try to get him out and, do stuff. But you take care of him, sweetheart. You're a beautiful girl.
I will. Thank you very much. God bless.
Love you. God bless, sweetheart.
I was supposed to fight Danny Bottaducci. And okay, thanks. And I went there, and Damon said, I guess Bottaducci saw me in person, and then he backed out. He didn't want to fight me. So Damon Feldman had me do a physical, and they said, "Oh, John, you got high blood pressure. You can't fight."
Well, here's the thing. I told the guests this before. I played a clip from our interview the last time, but I think what a lot of people are missing out on is when you stand a chance of losing your marriage and you've got kids, it's also you're losing your sense of security and all that. But most importantly, there's one thing that you brought up to me that you guys were like a few months short of. Had you stayed, if you left, she wouldn't have gotten. It was the green card, remember, or citizenship. The
green card, yeah. I mean, if I would have said the right thing that night, it wouldn't have happened, But she wanted to know where I was when I came home, and I went right to bed. I was sleeping at the time, and I was exhausted. I didn't want to stay up and try to have a conversation. So I gave her a one-word answer, and I just said the first place we went to, and I shouldn't have said it though. I said Holiday Inn.
Yep.
And that triggered it because she assumed that I was having an affair with some Asian girl that hit me on my bicycle, 3 days prior, and she came over to give me a bike. And she knew the Asian girl that came over, and the affair, the abandonment, my best friend there, the nightclub, the girl flirting with me, a combination of a lot of things that led up to her attack. But it had nothing to do with me abusing her.
Right.
That was all false. It was just false narrative. It's like, she had to come up with something, But I'm a guy. She's a girl. Her boss figured it all out. Tried to keep her from going to prison. She would have went to prison if it wasn't for her boss.
John, you know what's funny?
Creating that false narrative.
John, you know what's funny?
Yeah.
You want to go on a date with a girl, you never talk about the past, girl.
My brother's cut me off.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Well, he's right. But the thing is, people know who you are, John. I mean, and like it's okay. You're not exactly a murderer, which is great. But you're not exactly crazy, which is even better. But when people look this shit up, like Lorena needs to be responsible somehow for any of this. Like she cut your dick off, dude. Like, I don't know how you guys feel out there. What would you do if your dicks got cut off? You
should go to her.
I would have killed the bitch.
You should go to her, confront her in person. You know what I mean? And have a line of questioning, and because you'll probably get a lot of truth out of her if you especially where you're with a psychiatrist. Maybe bring Jordan Peterson with you. He'll get it out of her.
You know what's even more
Bring Jordan with her. Bring Jordan with you.
Peterson. That's funny.
Well, someone wants to know what your thoughts are on when you met Vince McMahon, because you met Vince McMahon, correct?
Yeah, we partied.
What was that like, and what did you think of him?
Well, he's a businessman. It's like, he knows how to make money in wrestling. So I mean, he's all right. He's fun. I really didn't spend a lot of time with him. But I like the guy.
So do I. I think he's great. Like, I think there's that girl that accused him of shitting on her head. And, here's the thing is this, and everyone knows I got obsessed with this for like a week or two, maybe 3 weeks. So I'm sorry. But so Vince McMahon has a sex scandal, duh. And there's a girl with zero skills in her 20s that gets a job for $200,000 a year. And, okay, so you got that going on, girl, but then he's given her all these gifts. So if you really felt sexually threatened by him and he was harassing you and sex trafficking you because you're banging all the wrestlers, that's like she sued him. She said he shit on her head. So I think what happened was she stuck a dildo in his ass and she was fucking him in the ass with it. She pulled it out while she's blowing him, and that's how she got shit on her head. That's just my thought. But what Lorena did to you is flat out assault and attempted murder.
That's
what?
Right.
Vince
McMahon, that could have been a publicity stunt too. There's a lot of publicity stunts in the show business, But like Amber Heard pooping on Johnny Depp's pillow, that was real.
I forgot about that thing. We were talking about her before as like toxic femininity. Yeah. My friend lived across the hall from her in downtown LA. But here's what Cappy Caveman is saying is it's another Stormy Daniels, Amber Heard. Yeah. But I think with Lorena, there was so many other things. You should go after her for like assault and attempted murder. You, my friend, are a trauma victim. You are the victim in this. And I have said it for a lot of other men before. Has it earned me friends? Probably not, but they're not the type of friends I want, How is it dating now? Like, what's that like for you?
Well, I kind of stay to myself, I just feel that women are dangerous.
Not all of us are dangerous. It depends what year they're born, guys. I mean, everyone knows. And my friend, once again, Welsh Republic, he said that there's no, like, Western women, it's something that's just dissolved. Like, they've demasculinized the Western man somehow.
All right.
They
say the risk is not worth the reward, The risk is not worth the reward, to try to go after and pursue a woman and then, end up, getting your penis cut off.
Okay, I got to admit, I've made this joke to people over the years. I've told guys, I hope your dick fucking falls off. And I've said that to guys so many times. And I feel bad saying that because you're on here with me, but I do say that to guys. And the last time I said that to someone, the guy had an erection for like 18 hours because he was using injections like what you used in the porn film. And by the way, you're also a porn star. I want to, like, people want to know when this thing got cut off. Okay, there's excruciating pain, but how many, like, what was the length? what was the length of time between the surgery to when you actually were able to perform sexually?
Oh, after the surgery?
Yeah.
Perform sexually? 3 months.
Well, you use those injections, or what were you doing?
Well, it's just it took 2 years fully heal, but I was having, sex 2 weeks. No, 3 months. 3 months. But it took 2 years to fully heal.
And then you had an enlargement done as well, or not?
But having sex the first time, I was kind of half cocked.
Now, did you have a penile enlargement surgery too? Franken penis?
Yep.
Okay. That's got to be dangerous. Like, what is in that? Is that silicone?
No, it's your own body fat, and they they go in your pelvis, and they cut these supporting ligaments. They'll be able to make the penis longer. It's like the surgery. The surgery, the reconstructive surgery, took like 10.5 hours. That was like an hour each inch.
I'm curious to ask, did insurance pay for the initial reattachment, or did you have to pay for that out of your own pocket?
I pay for it out of my own pocket. Yeah, the surgery, the legal expenses, that came out of all the money I made through appearances and adult films and stuff.
Yeah. I feel like she should be held accountable. Like, do you think because I know you said you have police reports and paperwork showing that this was botched, because no one waits so long to make a police statement. What was the whole thing with her police statement? Because something was off about that, I remember.
The when she first was asked, there's no proof that I ever abused her. There's no proof that didn't happen, but there's proof that she abused me. So, and her mother, but
and her mother, lovely family, lovely people.
Yeah, she said, well, the first thing the detective asked her why she did it was that they asked her, the detective asked her why she did it, and she said that I had an orgasm and she didn't. It's not fair. So she pulled back the sheets and she cut me. That's what she said. I had an orgasm and she didn't. It wasn't rape. It wasn't battery. It wasn't abuse. She was talking about orgasms. And then they try to say, well, she don't know English that well. Well, why'd she say orgasms? What had to do with anything about abuse? Well, that's pleasure, right? You're talking about pleasure, right?
It depends, because what if you don't like the person you're with and like they're giving you an orgasm? I don't know. It's not, regardless, it's not abuse. I'd probably be the worst judge because I'd be inclined to speak to both parties, but really like grill into women. Because here's the thing, to me, if you're getting wet, you're getting aroused. You're not getting fucking raped. And that's the truth. I know that sounds horrible. And I know everyone's going to call me a misogynist.
Yeah.
I don't feel as though there is misogyny here from your part. I just feel as though there's a lot of stuff that was untold, and national TV painted you as a bad guy this whole time, and your story isn't out there. So do we have plans of telling the John Wayne Bobbitt story anytime soon?
Well, we should, because this was like lies, made up stories, cover up, and now a smear campaign. And that's what narcissists do. And they'll keep attacking you and make you look bad until you're destroyed. But I'm a Marine, so I'm going to stand up and fight and let people know the truth, because I have all the records. I got the police report, I got my court transcripts and her court transcripts. Does she have them? No. She wants them burnt. Because it speaks to the truth, and the truth is the antidote to chaos. If you want no chaos, always tell the truth. Right? Be
Well,
with
yeah, I
tell the
just
truth. Never have chaos in your life.
it's like squirming. I just get so squeamish about all of this because I'm just still imagining like what it would be like. And I know you guys are wondering out there holding on to your groin or something like what this is like. It's fucking painful. But have you ever thought about suing this woman legally? Because the last time I checked on Lorena Bobbitt, she's got a real estate license in Virginia. She married a guy that's like 20 times all of us put together, and she's cutting hair. I don't think this woman should be around a pair of fucking scissors. That's just me. What do I know?
Well, yeah, I don't think she's doing that anymore. I think she's doing her appearances, and she's did the documentaries. You know, came out with a movie called Lorena, and then a series called I Was Lorena Bobbitt.
I saw that.
But it's like, well, that's her narrative. That's her story. That's her cover up. That's a false narrative. There's nothing true about that. They can't say it's a nonfiction, story, because it's not. It's all, fictional. So I can come out and actually say the nonfiction true crime story, because I had the nonfiction true crime story. So, yeah. So, yeah. No. We're live on podcast, right? What's the platform?
Yeah. This is on YouTube. It goes on Twitter, and then it just restreams onto YouTube after, where I get a lot more views sometimes because it's been up there for a while. But I will say this is I know someone on Netflix who does these that I already reached out to. They're in the middle of editing this whole Jerry Springer documentary that comes out later this fall, but they'll probably reach out to you at some point. But I feel as though having a platform like this is good because it'll keep going and going and going, and people will watch this. I do know that someone reached out to me the last time you were on my other podcast that was from her camp, and they call me a misogynistic bitch. I'm like, is that the best you could do? Go back in the fucking kitchen or something. Like, go cook. Go fucking have a baby. Like, leave me alone. That's the thing. Like, when you come at me, I know on an International Women's Day, I told some woman like running for local office because she didn't have an answer to a question I asked. And everyone knows I'm very into my politics. And if I'm voting for someone, I want to know A to Z. And this woman didn't have a bunch of answers for me. And I told her on International Women's Day, go back in the kitchen and go make Greek baklava, because that is what you are good for. And well, it's true. Go do something. You fucking menopausal bitch.
You're like one of the type of women that stand up for what is right. Kind of like that her name is Just Pearly Things.
Yeah.
Her and Casey J with the red pill, and there's a lot of women out there that stand up for what's right, and there's a lot of bad women out there, and you women should, like Dawn here. She knows bad women, good women.
You're talking about my wife. You got to say hi to her.
Yeah, let's say hi to the wife. Everyone is saying hi to John Wayne Bobbitt's his sister-in-law. Hi. We're meeting the family. Hi, how are you? It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
She's my protector.
Yeah, definitely.
She's wearing a cross, so she is definitely a protector.
Anyone that it's got to go through her.
Yep.
You see that's perfect.
You date, you got to talk to her.
I thought you had the girl in Canada. What happened to Canadian girl?
Oh, that Canadian girl, she don't like her. She says she's bad news.
She's bad.
Yeah, she is.
How old is she?
My age, about 3 years younger than me.
She's bad.
Too.
Too old. You got to get something born in the 20s. Your future wife isn't even born yet, John. I don't know what kind of. I'm joking. I'm fucking with you. But I get it. And this woman putting a smear campaign on you out there isn't going to help you down the line. So you and I already talked about lawsuits with the other thing you have going on. But are you going to do something? Because there are guys here that are saying you should sue her, attempted murder. We got
to get the FBI involved. And in order to do that, we got to join forces. We're going to start a podcast. You, and then we get Jordan Peterson, Joe Rogan, and a bunch of people, and do a platform. And I'll do the whole thing where I lay it all out on a whiteboard and explain everything, what happened. From the how it was all covered up, the false script. Everybody lied in court. They had the flying monkeys on the witness stand. And then once the authorities get involved and say, well, that's what happened? Yeah. there's the proof. And then the FBI will start investigating and start talking to all the witnesses that that were in the trial back then, and then they can do all that, because Lorena was only charged with malicious wounding. She wasn't charged with assault with deadly weapon, attempted murder, and perjury, and anybody that lied in her court case was going to be subjected to perjury charges. In the felony case, it's up to 5 years in prison.
Yeah, or we start our own
Everybody
podcast
likes
that
it.
I produce, and we call our own podcast "I Am John Wayne Bobbitt," and you let me produce it in like a 6-month segment, a 6-part segment. Quick word from the
Well, I
sponsor.
would have to get in the studio and get everything on a whiteboard. We have to get everything on a whiteboard. Evidence.
Ask
I
her.
bought the evidence.
Listen to me, John. Ask her. I bought all this shit inside of podcast here. We can link with her.
Yeah, we can link with you.
And she can run it and control it.
Yeah, you can run and control it.
Someone else might have to do that. I'm not the best, but quick word from our sponsors. If you are looking to bring more pleasure and satisfaction into your bedroom, you can get 50% off almost any item from adamandeve.com if you use my code, which is Crazy Train. That's crazy with a K, and you get up to 50% off of most items, and along with that, 10 free gifts. So go ahead to adamandeve.com and hop on over, and you could find stuff there, including dildos. Not that we know. Or no detachable penises, though. So moving right along. I think what needs to be done is you need to have your own podcast, which we could definitely craft and create. I helped Teddy Hart do this for a while, and he fucked up. Something happened to him. I don't know. But he was a friend of mine that got canceled. And it was actually a really sad thing. Now, I got to ask you, you said it was a 10-hour surgery. How much was your surgery to get your penis reattached? Like that alone, I know it's painful, but how much did it actually cost you?
$30,000. $30,000. $30,000.
Yeah. Well,
But
it's kind of an investment in your future, right?
The legal fees were like $400,000.
You got to go and sue her, I think. I think this is because look, the Me Too movement has now made rape. Like I could say Axl Rose tried some shit with me 30 years ago at a hotel or at a hotel bar, right? I could say shit like that and they'll bring him up on charges now. I could say shit about Tommy Lee too, and they'll bring him up on charges. But the thing is, nothing, it's just examples, guys. No one inappropriately touched me 30 years ago. I'm just letting everyone know, except some male performers I didn't like that were just gross, but it wasn't inappropriate. All I'm saying is now I don't see why you can't come out now and do something. Because at the E.J. Carroll case in New York City against Donald Trump, it first started as criminal, but she's a fucking psycho. No one would touch her. I can guarantee you that. You could somehow maneuver this to your advantage. And I just don't understand, is there a hesitation?
No, just I've been in and out of the hospital with multiple surgeries because of the Camp Lejeune toxic exposure. So it's on hold until I get some sort of relief, I guess. I'm just battling with all kinds of doctor's appointments and stuff right now, and as soon as I get settled and get a podcast going, we can get something get a good platform and then pitch the whole thing. I hope we get it to get all the information to authorities, and then maybe they can get some investigation going and get some charges. Because their boss is involved, Janet, and she's the mastermind behind it all. The cerebral narcissist. She's the cerebral narcissist.
What's a cerebral narcissist? Like, how would you describe a cerebral narcissist?
Highly educated person who went to college and uses all their training and schooling to take advantage of everybody else that's not as educated.
But you're highly educated. I mean, you seem like an educated person.
Well, yeah, I've been studying a lot, but it's Machiavellian, the dark triad, Machiavellianism, Machiavellian, psychopathy, and narcissism. That's the and that's Janet and Lorraine. I mean, Janet was a malignant narcissist. That's the most dangerous one. I mean, malignant. When somebody actually attacks you and tries to kill you. She tried to kill me. Well, she wanted to kill me, but She said, "Well, if I cut his penis off, he'll kill himself." She thought I would actually kill myself after she cut my penis off, but I didn't. I almost did. I almost did. But they had to tell them where it was. They put it back on, and now I'm able to tell everyone what really happened. 'Cause if I died, it would just been her story, kind of like the burning bed.
Yeah, but I
He
think
died. If he
if
was
it's
alive, he would have said, "No, I was out screwing around. She cut my penis off." That's why she made some abuse thing up. A lot of women come up with this abuse excuse because their husbands are cheating, or they're leaving them, or whatever. And in most cases, I've studied all of them. Where women got their penis, man got their penis cut off, is because a woman was mad because the guy was leaving or having an affair. You look up, I studied all of them, and I can come up with all these cases where these men had gotten their penis cut off. It's because it's infidelity or abandonment.
but you shouldn't excuse it either. It seems like you're almost excusing it that you feel bad for them that they're going to be abandoned. Abandonment sucks, by the way. I get it, but like there are a lot of us that have abandonment issues. But you sure as hell don't go cutting someone's tits or their dick off or their fucking fingers.
Yeah. Well, Lorraine was abandoning me because she was giving me the silent treatment for 2 months. She was trying to punish me. So I said, well, you know what? We'll just get a divorce. So let's try to punish her. So my punishment was worse than hers. The silent treatment was bad because I was like, okay, she wouldn't talk to me for 2 months. Like, okay, now this marriage ain't worth it. I mean, I'm out of here. So I said, okay, we're getting divorced. I mean, and I called my friend up too prior. I think it was like, a month prior. I told my friend I was leaving, planning on divorcing my wife, and I was going to move out and get my own place. And I said, well, come out down there and hang out with you. So he planned on coming down to go into some college in Virginia, Virginia Tech, because he was becoming a mechanical engineer. So, he said, well, all right. So when he arrived, knocked on the door, hey, the radio says, hey, your friend's here. And, wow, really? And I went to the door and I told her, here's the deal. We're getting divorced and we're moving out. So, that kind of hurt her. So
You can't make
it
excuses.
was kind of like punishing each other in a way, but not really.
Of course it hurt her because she knew her ass would be deported.
Deported,
Which
yeah.
she should
Yeah.
have been, and she wasn't.
That's the thing. I keep going back to that, is the whole thing about being deported is where this comes down to. We already got, people, she could have just jumped no, if it was now in Biden's America and she went through the border, they just let her stay here. Now, creepy caveman, Cappy Caveman wants to know, did Lorena ever see the movie I Spit on Your Grave?
Oh, I don't know. I've seen.
What's
Yeah,
I didn't see that movie.
Spit on your grave.
Spit on your grave? No.
Spit on your grave.
No, never seen that.
Oh, terrible movie.
What happened in it? I don't even know. Did some guy have his dick cut off?
Yeah, yep. A girl tied him up and cut his penis off.
Mm.
He was strung up like this. He was naked.
That's disgusting.
She was torturing him first.
Ask her if I can tell.
But she was raped by all these guys. She was gang raped.
I know it's your podcast.
Yes.
It got even. If I was a guy that got raped by a bunch of guys, I would have done the same thing to them.
What's the question, sir?
You what, man?
No, did you have a question, sir?
Oh, no, I was going to tell you. This gentleman right here, all I was going to say is nobody really knows this guy more than anybody in the world besides me and my wife. And I've seen him around women. He's never hurt anybody, never touched a woman. We've seen him get beat up, attacked, everything, but after Lorena. But he's a great person. And I want everybody in the world to know that.
Talking about my second wife.
This is my brother from another mother. So that's all I wanted to say, sweetheart.
We believe it. Now, thing is, John, I see a pattern with you and Teddy Hart. And this happened when I was speaking to Teddy, actually, and also Joey Ryan. And a lot of you guys don't know. Some of you might know Joey Ryan. He's a wrestler that got canceled. Yep. And I feel as though so many of you somehow excuse the behavior of other people, the poor behavior. Now, it's almost like we're right there with you, John, where you're kind of saying, well, she did it because of this, she did it because of that. Are you somehow like you don't realize you're doing it? Doesn't make you a bad person, but I just like, do you miss her or something? Or do you feel guilty about anything? Because you shouldn't be. And are you afraid like the whole Me Too people are going to come after you? Because I've already been canceled by I have African American Twitter coming after me like this morning and yesterday. And then I have the they them mafia coming after me another day. So it just, are you afraid of like sounding horrible because they painted you out to be so bad?
Yeah. We both needed help back then. We didn't get it. We were being we were trying to punish each other because she wanted things her way and I wanted things my way, and we clashed, and we didn't have our parents, she didn't have her parents to help us and guide us and get the counseling help we needed.
Okay.
So,
okay.
and we could have been still together if we had the help and support from family and friends, and maybe some counseling, something like that. So yeah.
So do you wish you were with her still? Or like if we were in a room with her and it was the three of us talking, what would you have to say to Lorena? Because I could see how this seems like unsettled business. What would you want to tell her?
Well,
I know what I'd want to say, but
Me too. I choke.
yeah.
Well, how do you trust somebody to cut your penis off? It's like, oh, you can't. I mean,
But that's what she's asking you. What would you say to her right now?
well, I say to her, oh,
They did that.
And you already done it.
yeah, we did the show once together.
John, let your feelings out. Explain to her.
I would apologize for giving up too easy. 'Cause I would leave. Because if she was abusive or she was embezzling or she was being over controlling or over possessive. Well, I think that's what psychiatrists try to tell you to do to get away from a narcissist, is to go gray rock. But I think I should have stayed with her to try to get her the help she needed. Because if you're a narcissist,
how is that your problem? Everyone's adults. Like, you enter into a relationship with someone, and I've dealt with alcoholics before. That's their fucking problem. That's not my problem.
Yeah, but we're married, right? So if you're an alcoholic, I would say, well, maybe you need help because you gotta overcome this.
She said right now we're living together. You would forgive Lorena.
Yeah, I would forgive Lorena. Yeah.
Yeah, right now.
Why?
Right now.
Why would you fucking forgive her? She almost killed you.
Okay, I get what's going on here.
I know you guys don't understand this.
We're not attacking you.
No, but he's told me, ma'am, that he forgives Lorena.
His feelings are involved. Yours aren't, yours aren't, hers aren't. But he told me he would forgive her.
Yeah.
So,
it's my time.
Time out, guys.
Okay, let's all set up.
I haven't yielded yet. So still my.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, John.
So no, it's okay because I'm going to need a drink in a second. But here's the question. Okay, you are using therapy terms, yes, but I feel as though no one's attacking you. We're just wondering, okay, because people always tell people to walk away from shitty situations, and I get the whole thing with regret. Things could have gone this way because you had shit vested in the relationship. But how many years of abuse did you actually put up with from her? Because it just seems like
the whole time.
Yeah.
Well, she was a narcissist. She was a narcissist.
Right.
And a lot of people live with narcissists.
I know that. Trust me.
So, but I needed to be. I wasn't strong enough back then to deal with a narcissist. But if I was with a narcissist now, like Joanna, whatever, that you need a professional psychiatrist to come in and say, well, you know what, you're a narcissist. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. Because narcissists don't want to believe they're bad people. The narcissists don't know that they're narcissists unless you self-reflect and you go to church, you strengthen your soul, you learn how to love and have empathy and you start caring and having respect for other people, but she didn't have that. She became very greedy, selfish, and
Okay.
I wasn't strong enough back then to, you know, get the help that we needed or she needed. And
It feels like you want to say things to her. It feels
people
like you don't have closure.
can get. I believe people can be rehabilitated, and all you need to do. There's a lot. That's why there's a lot of churches. If you want to strengthen your soul, go to church and read the Bible and learn how to strengthen your soul. And that's what. And the main ingredient everybody leaves out in these podcasts is love. We talk about all this and this and that, but the love is the most important thing that two people can, have. That compassion, that togetherness, that oneness, that deep love for each other. And then that's what we got to get to that point where the stronger a man's soul, the deeper he learns to love. So and that's what I believe. And you want you want to learn to love deeply, and your partner deeply, and they love you deeply. You gotta get to that level. And
I think she's too embarrassed. I just think she's too embarrassed to come to you at any point because it's embarrassing what she did. But I feel as though you have so much unfinished business with her, and I don't know. Would you take her back?
No, I wouldn't take her back.
Yeah. Would you take her back?
No, I wouldn't take her back. I forgive her because I believe what's that saying Ben Franklin said? A lot of people criticize, condemn, and complain, and most fools do, but it takes character and self-control to be understanding and forgiving. She didn't mean to do what she did. She thought it was at the Holiday Inn, but I wasn't. I was at Denny's, but I didn't tell her that. She didn't know that. If she knew I was at Denny's, she wouldn't have done it. That's why she said in child, said, "Ooh, he was at Denny's? Oh, I didn't know that."
But it still doesn't give her.
Yeah.
It doesn't give her carte blanche to cut your dick off because she thought you were at Denny's instead of Holiday Inn. Even if you were at the Holiday Inn at the bar that was there that we talked about, it doesn't give anyone the right to cut your dick off.
Well, she thought I was actually leaving her again, and that was a painful thing for her. The abandonment. I left her twice. It was for over a year. That was probably devastating, And but she shouldn't have done what she did. We probably would have still been married if she didn't do what she did. And,
you would.
And got away from Joanne, her boss, and all her clients. It was a bad environment. You got to take yourself out of negative environments like that as a woman or a man, and put yourself in more of a positive environment with your man or your woman. So that's not good for us. That's what she's trying to say about the bar, the nightclub.
Well, it's a job. I mean, I have friends that are married or in relationships. One works at a bar, one doesn't, but it comes down to trust. And I think her whole thing, and I'm not making excuses, anyone. I think as though too many people I think that too many people make excuses for this type of behavior, but the thing with the club and all that, it's an insecurity thing. I think that there's some sense of insecurity from her end that came in, and you also have the green card, and she wouldn't want anyone to meet you in case you decided you liked them better, and then bam, she has no green card. Or she could have come in legally on a student visa if she actually wanted to learn something. Real quick, what's your reaction to Weird Al Yankovic's headline news video 30 years ago?
Do you remember that one? Oh, yeah. I remember that one.
Come on, John. You don't remember Weird Al?
I remember that one.
That was the best.
It was a video with you. If someone could find it and drop it in the chat. And by the way, and this is a very valid point someone brought up that I was thinking before, even if you were at IHOP or Denny's having a fucking tutti frutti breakfast, this still would have happened. It just would have been under different circumstances to cut your dick off. There's a woman in Orange County, California that cut off a man's dick, put it in a blender, and I don't know if she drank it or whatever happened, but it's really fucked up. So I think you got a lot of, I feel like you're making excuses for her behavior because you feel bad, and you shouldn't feel bad. This woman should be sucking your dick, and she should be trying to find every way. Well, I don't know if that's a good idea because she might bite you, but I feel as though she should be out there trying to make an amends with you. Your behavior didn't promote her savagery. Your behavior didn't push her to cutting your dick off. Okay. Now, there's another man here who said his soon to be ex is threatening to cut his dick off. So, guys, when this happened, a friend of mine who worked on Wall Street was married to a woman who was from South America. And she was following Lorena Bobbitt's whole thing very closely. This is the entitlement she gave women. They were having fights. All she did was she called him at work and in broken English, no guilty, no guilty. He put the phone down and he moved into the residence in like that week. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. I'm getting out. But she said you saved his life. And I'm just saying, like, Lorena with the Me Too movement now has now been an inspiration to any woman who wants to cut a guy's dick off. You might get away with it. You might get away with it. She's put up this entitlement for women. The Me Too movement is bad enough. It's filled
not
with
really. The only woman got away with it was Lorena because she lied her way out of it.
Yeah, but she's.
And that woman in Orange County, California, she put it into a garbage disposal. Turned it on.
There you go. There's your answer, Cappy Caveman. There you go. So Cappy Caveman, she didn't drink it. So I got that actually from a TV show too in Korea. They have a TV show where the girl put the guy's dick in a blender. Yeah.
She's still in prison. That girl. That's Kathy Caillou Becker. That's the lady.
Caillou Becker, guys.
Kathy Caillou Becker.
I think Lorena should be there, but I don't want you to feel as though I don't want you to feel as though you need to excuse behavior or feel bad. There's clearly some unresolved emotions there for her still. I don't think you take her back because
no, I wouldn't take her back because she's evil. I mean, what she did was so evil. Why would somebody do that to me? Take a knife, do that.
Women.
I don't know. You made excuses for her before. You're like, because she felt this, she felt that, dude. She would have cut your dick off even if you were in church working as a pastor or in church like lighting candles. She still would have cut your dick off, dude. And that girl's name is Blender Barbie, by the way. While she's in jail, we're pretty sure. But and I'm not attacking you. I'm on your side fully, John. I am on your side 1,000%. But I don't think victims such as yourself of female violence should in any way, shape, or form, I don't think you're justifying it. I just think you're feeling as though maybe this could have happened, this could have, should have, would have, something like that.
Great. Oh my God.
Yeah. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Sorry about that.
No, John.
Yeah, okay.
I'm talking to him. You just threw him off.
No, he's lost.
No, what we're talking about?
What I was saying was, I feel as though there's some sort of like closure you've not received from her. Would you be interested in ever?
No, really. There's the truth, and then there's lies and made up stories. She'll always lie, make up stories aren't true, and go on a smear campaign. She don't want me to come up with the truth. And her boss Janet, she's a very powerful woman. She very wealthy. She runs this big publishing company on the East Coast. So.
Oh, really? Which company is that? Do you know?
Called Bound to Stay Bound Books.
What's it called?
It's Bound to Stay Bound Books. Joanna Holden.
Fuck her.
Jana Holden. Jana Gana Holden. HOLDEN Holden. She's the regional manager of the whole East Coast.
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing. Is I feel as though now's the time to start launching, like at least reopen the case for criminal charges against them if they conspired. I know that there's somewhere in there you have a soft spot for Lorena. I don't know where it is. I hope it's not below your belt buckle, but I feel as though you have the sweet spot for her still, and you feel bad because you felt like you brought out horrible behavior. But I got news for you. If someone was raised like trash, those elements are going to come out. Like I'm learning that now from people who I thought were my friends, and Paul knows what I'm talking about. People are raised like trash. You're going to fucking do something trashy to you at some point. You can agree with that, right?
Right. Well, Well, because you need good parents and good grandparents, even to be properly raised. If you don't have good, that amount of love and affection and attention growing up, you, you're on your own. Can you be broken home, don't get the love. That's the worst thing you can do is not love someone.
Yeah.
That's right. I was going to say like I think 1908, I think was one of the first amputations. There's a lady named Bertha Baranda. This lady named Bertha Baranda. She cut off her husband's little fireman. And he was a fireman too. He was actually a fireman. And she cut his penis off, and she dressed up like a boy and was trying to ride out of town on a bicycle. That was in 1908. Bertha Baranda, and she went to prison. They caught her, and she went to prison. But all these women went to prison except for Lorena. Lorena's the only one that lied her way out of it. But
You're in a Western culture.
Yeah.
You're in a Western culture. This is how these Western American women are. And you're dealing with people of power at some point. We should know this, that when you start dealing with people with high power, I mean, look at the shit that's going on in New York City to Trump, for example. It's just, you're going to be dealing with different levels of stuff going on. But she got away with more because you're dealing with people of power in a smaller town, right? And they have that reach of the police. They have the reach of everything else. So yeah, and different continents have different cultures and approaches to the way anger and revenge are handled. So when she came here, she should have acclimated to our culture, because I've never heard of an American woman cutting a man's dick off. Someone saying that Bertha Baranda wrestled Bam Bam Bigelow at Tokyo Dome. I wrestled in Tokyo Dome earlier last year. Someone,
Bertha Baranda.
Paul, can you? I know my friend Paul is in here as a wrestling fan. Paul, could you look up that thing with Bertha Baranda versus Bam Bam Bigelow? Because I'm curious. Was this woman a wrestler? Like, who was she?
Well, we're talking about two different women.
No,
I don't know if this guy's messing around.
Yeah, you don't
joking. No, the guy's joking. Okay, Johnny. No, this guy's joking. All right, great joke. Haha. But I honestly feel as though you have you've come a long way. I mean, I feel like you have gotten therapy about this. Are you still going through therapy? Like, what's the mental trauma of all?
I didn't go through therapy. It's a
good family.
I was in the Marine Corps. I built up a lot of strength. I think I was kind of like a Rambo, and I think I dealt with it really well. I mean, the doctors that did the surgery was successful, and I was fine after that. I just had to heal. And but the thing is now is just all those lies and made up stories and smear campaigns that are I just don't like that. And how do we battle against that as as Republicans and the Democrats? It's like, well, they lie and make up stories all the time. And well, it's knowing understanding all the different types of narcissists and the tactics they use. And the more you learn about that, you can see people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I think it's important for everybody to study it. Narcissism. Because we deal with that every day.
I'm a great person. I don't want to be around the porn industry again, celebrity, anything. I don't want to be around Ron Jeremy or nobody in this world no more. I'm a great person. I ain't what I used to be, and that's the way it should be.
Yeah, what do you think about Ron Jeremy?
Ron, what do I think about Ron Jeremy? Here's what you really want to know. You want the honest truth?
Yeah.
Of course, because I'm not going to give it any other way, guys. But okay, so I've known Ron. I've known him since the 90s, but there are times that I went to parties with him and I would see women throwing themselves at him. One of those girls accusing him at the Rainbow Bar and Grill, and I already gave a deposition to his lawyer, 2 depots. One of them, I was with her. She wanted to meet him, and she was there throwing herself at him, taking all these selfies, making out with him, and these are gorgeous girls. I traveled with Ron for a year when he did a comedy stand-up act, and then I was doing my feature dance routine. There were men who basically gave Ron $20 to take out his dick and put it in their wives' mouths to take a Polaroid. So the victim here is Ron Jeremy. I think this is the girl that started the whole case is some washed up piece of white trash webcam girl who wants money.
Yes, right. You're very correct there, ma'am. I've met Ron Jeremy. He wasn't that person that should be in prison. He's not that person that should be in prison. He never did anything wrong. Women wanted him, and men wanted to be him. And
do you want to be him, sir? Do you want to be him?
Oh, hell
Not
no.
now.
No, hell no. Oh, his pecker, yes. But not to be him. But yes, he was a good guy. I don't think he should be where he is in prison. He never did anything wrong. He had sex and women wanted it. Now women are coming back bitching. And I don't think it's right. And I've been around Ron Jeremy with John, and I don't think it's right for him. I think it's totally wrong what they're doing to him. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. It came about this whole Me Too entitlement where it's me too. Oh, you too, me too. And it just kept on going and going and going like a bad. I mean, he got set up pretty bad. And yes. I don't know what this bitch's name was, but I just know she's a washed up old. She looks like she likes BBC almost, but she wasn't that cute, and she was looking for money.
Yeah, it's exactly money. Then you have other women come out and say he raped him. He didn't rape nobody. All women wanted was his dick because he had a monster dick, and they all wanted on top of it. And you know, it's the truth. But, I mean,
well, the fame has
sucks to be like that. You have the best sex you could ever have. You're the biggest porn star in the world. Then 30 years later, people wanting to fucking do this, and it's wrong. It's just like my boy right here, John, with his little porn shit he did, and and people talk shit. You gotta know people, guys. Guys don't do shit wrong, as you know that. Well, some guys do wrong.
Thank you.
I've seen some wrong, just like women do wrong, just like the women that did with Ron Jeremy. That's totally fucked up. You can't talk shit because you wanted a dick, and now thinking you're going to make money. It's just not right. It's not right. Just like Dawn, as you with John, as many times he got fucking threatened, and guess what? We kept him out of jail because you protected him. You're the only one that's ever protected him. But you got to look at people. Everybody does everything right for a reason, but you know what? Ron Jeremy did nothing ever wrong. And he should not be in prison. You know who should be in prison? I'm going to tell you right now, sweetheart. That little chick from WWE.
Who, Vince McMahon?
Yeah, Vince McMahon. He's a nasty motherfucker.
No, I think Janelle Grant should be in prison. I think when women falsely accuse men of rape, or you're in some kind of relationship, you don't know the whole story. Like, Vince was giving her gifts for 3 years straight. She was getting $200,000 a year. Hold on. Let me see if I still have the photos here. But all the gifts he gave that bitch, she has no skills whatsoever. Like, some of these gifts are right here, guys. Alternative clinical medical care, medical cosmetic procedures, Belmont Steaks, WrestleMania, all this stuff.
Man. But they were saying he was trying to do, the stuff they were saying,
she kept it for 3 years. She didn't say anything. She could have quit sooner and have gotten out of it. So why was she there?
That's what I always say about women that sue a man. Okay, if it's bad at first, you should get it right there. There's always a motive. It's money. It's always called money. Am I right, sweetheart? It's always money.
Yeah, but she has no skill. She's getting paid $200,000 a year, and when sugar babies pop off and they get out of hand and they want more, okay, she couldn't handle getting shit on. Okay, I don't think he's shit on her head. He's way too. I think they're doing other things with dildos in his ass. That's like what I said earlier. She pulled it out when she's blowing him. Fine. But for her to say that she was trafficked, you're a grown-ass woman. You went there on your own. Did someone, what happened? Why couldn't you sue within the first year if it was inappropriate?
I totally agree with you, sweetheart. I don't know.
Fucking opportunistic whore. I hope she gets a yeast infection. I'll show you an example of who should be sued. You ready for this? This is who should be sued. Watch this. is who should be school. That is who should be like, that's who should be arrested and in jail is a fucking grown man in a wig giving lap dances to underage kids in a fucking school. That is who they should be going after. I'm sorry.
Totally fucking agree.
I'd say cut his dick
Totally
off.
fucking cut that dude's dick off.
No, that's what he wants.
I shouldn't say that because of my boy. Cut his balls off, not his dick.
He
Cut his
wants that
balls
too.
off.
He's probably already got that done.
It's already gone.
I apologize by saying that because of John, but
Cut everything off.
hey, love you, sweetheart. I'm gonna give you back to John.
Thank you. Okay, so we're back on the topic of accountability with females that do these things, and I feel as though Lorena should be locked up. I want to know how many people think she should be locked up. John, if there was, are you not pursuing charges against Lorena Bobbitt, your ex, because you still have a soft spot for her somewhere? I just want to know because you should have pursued it.
I don't know. You have a soft spot.
Well,
Damn, John.
yeah. No, well,
He does.
I think she's
He
vicious,
still loves
and she's
He still
still
loves
attacking me. And she'll
So
go
why don't you go after her legally now? Why don't we at least open up the case? Why don't we reopen it?
until I put an end to it. She'll keep it on. She'll keep on attacking me until I go out there and have everybody investigate her and her boss and what really happened and uncover the cover
I
up.
gotta say, that guy must have.
Okay, so let's do this, John. Let's say in about 6 months from now, I'm going to give you a 6-month time limit, okay, to try to reopen this case.
Oh wow.
No, you don't want to in 6 months?
Yeah, I can do it in 6 months.
It's attempted murder, okay, and it's constitutional malice as well.
Assault with a deadly weapon.
Right, we have that too. So I'm just saying in 6 months, okay, so March, April, May, June, July, August. So in September, you and I are going to revisit a conversation about you reopening this case. And, because this is right now, I want everyone to hashtag no justice for Lorena Bobbitt. I want everyone to hashtag justice for John Wayne Bobbitt. And that is what we have to do to get this thing going.
Yeah.
She's a wild fucking savage. Do you have any takeaways you wanted to tell the fans today besides narcissist, which we know, and that's a very big word. Everyone's using it. But is there anything else you want to tell people and they should have as takeaways from this whole incident with that bitch?
Yeah, well, I think it's important to do the application process. To get you got to get to know somebody before you actually develop a serious relationship with that person. And I think that's what my domestic violence counselor said to me. She said that you're not a violent person. The problem with you is that you don't go through the application process. And she's right. I just meet the person and get involved with them and develop a relationship without actually getting to know them first. And I think that's what everyone should do, and not rush into a relationship, maybe go to match.com or something like that.
No. Do you feel like you're codependent by any chance?
Well, you got to have chemistry, compatibility, and connection.
Are you codependent though?
Huh?
Are you codependent?
No, I'm not.
Okay. All right. Okay. I feel like you're a hopeless romantic and you're just hoping for that to work out until, of course, she'd, cut your manhood off.
We all are. We're all hopeless romantics. We all want love. We all want that love, women and men. It's what we need most of is love. It's also what we don't give enough of is love. And I think COVID destroyed a lot of that.
I need some love.
Social distancing and masks, and that was all. I believe the Democrats they did all that stuff, and divided us.
They can't handle his pecker women.
I can't talk because everybody else is talking.
I'm sorry, John.
Go ahead, John.
We kind of have parties here. We smoke weed and drink, and
That's what
I like Tyson and his podcast. Hot Box.
Family down here, man.
We gotta get on Tyson's show. That's what we gotta do.
I think what you got to do is have your own show. I think you're like putting too much on other people, and I think you got to have your own thing because people want to know your story, and I will definitely help you get that out there and get this. But I feel as though you need to do the story on your own. It's called I Am John Wayne Bobbitt, and then there you go. You put out your narrative on there, and let people know, because this is where we're at in this world, guys. You have the Me Too movement has been taken advantage of by people like Lorena Bobbitt, who's like encourages entitlement, and also people like Janine Grant, who's not a rape victim, but there are real victims out there of domestic violence, whether it's in the workplace, from another female to another female, male to female, just everything is out there. And
there's a lot of men that are victims of domestic violence, but they don't speak up about it.
Ask her. She goes off camera right now. I bought everything.
Good dog. Hi.
That's how you do it.
So, any last words for the fans? Because we're gonna hop off of here in a couple minutes. And I thank you for taking the time to come back on here with me and discuss this, because now people know what went on. Do you have any other words for the fans?
Yeah, well, this is Cupcake. I want everybody to say hi to Cupcake.
Hi, Cupcake.
Cupcake. Yeah, just wait for 6 months, and we'll come up with something good. Hopefully, we'll get the FBI involved and get this whole thing rolling and correct everything that should have been corrected a long time ago.
Okay. Well, there you have it, guys. Make sure you follow John Wayne Bobbitt on his social media. Do you have Instagram, and I know you have Facebook, because I'm on your Facebook page.
Yep. On Facebook, Instagram, and yeah.
Help him out with his new podcast I'm trying to set up for him, sweetheart.
Absolutely. And John, stay in touch with us. We'll have you back in about 6 months. It's nice meeting everyone, and including your brother and your sister-in-law. And hi, Cupcakes. Cupcakes is a cute dog. So have a fun time tonight, guys. Looks like y'all are having a party. And yep, that's it.
Hey, have a good night, sweetheart.
Hey, when's our date?
You never know these things. Yeah, Cupcake's a cutie pie. So let's stay in touch, and I will message you shortly, okay?
All right, sweetheart. I'll talk to you later.
All right,
bye.
All right, guys. So that was it. That was John Wayne Bobbitt. And I think like right now we have a whole issue of toxic femininity that's going on. And it's mostly, towards men. We have this whole Me Too movement that has destroyed it for real women out there. We have people that are, crowding up this whole movement with people that are basically, I feel as though they're just, I don't know, crowding it with bullshit. I get what unfriendliness is, and we get what all of this is right now, but right now we've all got to somehow go out there and just seek justice for people like John Wayne Bobbitt. You can tell clearly that he's traumatized. He's been traumatized as a victim in this, and yet people like Ron Jeremy that are locked up for no real reason. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to catch this week's episode of Crazy Train Podcast, which just drops Wednesday. Right now, the current episode up there has Sarah Jane. On Wednesday, this Wednesday, it's Shayna Lazarus, or Maserati Lazarus, who is a thanks. Yeah, who's an amazing wrestler. And more to come soon with the current situation that you, Paul, are aware of, and just about disrespect amongst people in a workplace. And if your coworker tells you on a Sunday that this is disrespectful, I do not like it, then you don't go out Wednesday posting it, right? And that's how drama begins, because a friend tells you not to do something and you do it, and then you do that obviously because you are a disrespectful cunt. Yep. Anyway, thank you very much, Johnny Mac. Make sure everyone, you guys subscribe to my show on iTunes or Spotify, and then make sure you also subscribe to my YouTube page here for updates and all kinds of content. Send super likes, loves, all that stuff. Yes, he is still locked up. Absolutely. Ron Jeremy's locked up. And check me out on Instagram, The Real Jasmine St. Clair, Twitter, whatever it is. And we will see you next Monday for next Monday's live stream with a continuation of the conversation with Vic Legina. And then the week after that, Veronica Kane, Missy Hyatt. So we have some good ones lined up, guys. Thanks for always coming back. And I will see you guys soon. And remember, if there's any woman out there that is, threatening you, I message Olivia, yes. If anyone is ever threatening you with some form of domestic violence, whether it is cutting your privates off, your fingers, your mouth, your toes, your hair, or even swinging at you, you need to get out of it and not excuse poor behavior like that, no matter how much of a victim someone plays. Because that is the temperature. Yes, live ones are only on Mondays Johnny, if you subscribe here to my podcast, you will see it's only on Mondays and you can get reminded. And then if you go to iTunes on Wednesdays, it's a Crazy Train podcast, but I also have the video version of that here. Yes, I did. And I mailed out your package the other day, Cappy Caveman. Your package already went out. Everyone else seems to have received theirs. So you should have yours by the time we're doing this again next Monday. So hop back on here Mondays. And if you want to watch other video interviews from previous guests on Crazy Train and previous restreams of the live streams, go right on over, check out the video catalog there. And like I said, reviews, subscriptions, super likes, hearts, and all that stuff. And yeah, I got to fix my little shelf on there because Michael and Adele had a little bit of an accident. Yeah. And don't forget to hop on over to adamandeve.com, put in the code CrazyTrain with a K, and get up to 50% off certain items. And that's it. What's the instant breakup? What's going on? I don't get it. What did I do? What did I do? I know I didn't do anything. John Jay, what did I do? I said I messaged Olivia. We're trying to get Olivia Del Rio on the podcast. So usually some people on the Crazy Train podcast don't necessarily do live for whatever reason, just with scheduling. But yes, have fun and stay frosty.